Today we're going to be talking about Envision 2040, and before we get into it, I'll introduce myself. So I'm Manas Sringare, and I'm a computer science major at Miami University, and I'm also a part of the Core in 10 at the Lockheed Martin Leadership Institute. And today we are going to talk and discuss about Envision 2040 with Eunice. Handing it over to you, Eunice.
Hello, my name is Eunice and Nsaam. I'm part of the Leadership Institute of Cohort 9. I'm currently a junior studying bioengineering.
Great. Well, let's get into the questions. Okay, so talking about Envision 2040, tell us, Eunice, why is the Envision 2040 project important?
So I would say this project is important in order for us to start to think about, if we haven't already, the kind of future that may be approaching us and how we could be ready for it. So some of the Leadership Institute projects from the past have explored the concepts of embracing change and digital transformation. And this project essentially allows for further exploration of these concepts or ideas in a more futuristic sense.
Yeah, that's really interesting. It's great to hear about it and get to know more about it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Moving on to the next question. Tell us, what insights have you gotten in exploring this topic?
So I'll say of the few topics that we will be showcasing on the Envision 2040 website, I worked on the accessibility topic with one of my cohort colleagues. And I'm personally becoming more and more aware of how very inaccessible some of our technologies are. And I think that for the coming years, this is an area that is certainly worth investing more time and effort into. So when we talk about recruiting some of the best minds for certain positions, when we talk about, helping someone to reach their fullest potential, reach some of their goals, when you think about it, though, improving access to technology is directly an advantage to people with disabilities. I would think that it's often overlooked that the fact that the success of this improvement is kind of also reflected in how much further we can move on as a society in terms of our innovative developments and advancements.
Wow, that's really great to hear. It's been an interesting process, just walking through it, getting to know more about it and growing through it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's great. Going on to a final one, probably I think the most important one. What are you going to do to prepare for the future?
So personally, I think it has a lot to do with kind of preparing oneself first before kind of going out there to help others. So preparing for the future, I plan on kind of working more towards understanding myself, equipping myself with some of those helpful skills and pieces of knowledge that I gathered from my experiences through learning from others, and allowing myself to be more open-minded about situations that come my way. So some questions I could ask myself are, how can I start addressing any bias I have towards different groups of people around me? What tools, whether they're technical or personable, do I need to start obtaining now in order to achieve a goal that I'm passionate about? And especially through doing this project, I hope others will also kind of start thinking about some of these questions or reflecting on themselves in this way as well. And I've also come to realize that as we work with people and kind of build all these technological instruments to help people, we often overlook some of the cultural and emotional intelligence that accompanies that. And I think it would be in our very best interest to focus in on some of these ideas in our tech spaces, especially. Yeah.
Got it. It's really great to hear, Eunice.
Yeah.
How much you're going to be taking away from this, and how it really was a big part of your time at the Lockheed Institute.
Yeah, this is definitely a really important project, and it's really cool kind of going through the different steps of it. Really excited.
Great to hear about it, get to know more about it, and have a great talk over it.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Definitely, it's always a pleasure.